Austen is a secondary school with a sixth form. We're based in Norwich city centre in what is an old shoe factory. We opened in 2014 and we have built up to full capacity over the years. We've had EDClass for a few years now and it's been really helpful from a behaviour perspective. So if we need a student to work at home for a day or two to calm down, to remove them from a situation, perhaps EDClass is really useful in that respect. It has also been good for us for the persistent absent students or the students that have struggled to come back, particularly after COVID. And some students have come back full-time, having kind of reintegrated using it, and it's just a really helpful tool to have at our fingertips, and most students seem to engage with it really well. It helps them catch up with work that they've missed so that they don't feel like they are quite so behind, but it also gets them back into the routine of getting up in the morning and having to get dressed and engaging with other people, because in some students' cases they don't really want to speak to people, and this certainly helps them with that. And obviously we can do a kind of reintegration timetable, so they might only spend a couple of hours in school in the daytime and then they go home and continue to work on EDClass, so they've still got the structure to the day. The safeguarding element of EDClass is really good. We get an email if a child hasn't been on for long enough, or if they seem to have logged on and then immediately logged back off. From a behaviour perspective, we have used it with a couple of students where they have done things that they perhaps shouldn't have done, but there's modules there to help with training them into considering why their behaviour was not appropriate. We've used it from a racial discrimination perspective with a couple of students. It's been really helpful in that it provides all the resources that we need to know that the students have been re-educated. If we can't find a place for a student, be it another school, and we have to ask them to perhaps work at home for a day, we would use EDClass. Sometimes all the seats are full, but we can borrow seats from other schools, so that's really useful. It just means that we can follow through with what we want to do without necessarily kicking someone off a seat. If I were to move anywhere else, I would certainly look into implementing it, and yes, it's definitely been really helpful.